but they should be comfortable. I think that's the most important thing. Whatever innovation you are going to design should give comfort. I also heard rumors that the wigs cost about 25 million shillings each. So you may save a lot of money when you innovate something else. Myself and the Learned Attorney General commit that we are going to receive those resolutions and continue being the mouthpiece of the judiciary, both in Parliament and also in Cabinet. And we also commit that we will not abandon you as you pursue the promise by the President that sooner rather than later the judiciary will reach the 800 billion shilling mark, which is a promissory note that was handed over to the Chief Justice Emeritus. It is now up to you to go and cash it. We hope it is not returned marked insufficient funds. It started with the arrival of our new Chief Justice, who we congratulate most sincerely. We were pleased when you were sworn in and your predecessor, the Chief Justice Emeritus, was there to bid us a formal farewell, because he was in office until he arrived at Kisozi. You became the shortest serving acting Chief Justice in the history of Uganda. You acted for the shortest period, which is remarkable. And you told us your agenda. You said you'll promote collegiality. In other words, the court should not just exercise individual power of the learned members of the bench, but also institutional power. You also warned those of us who are addicted to paper that our days are numbered, that you are going to ensure that the judiciary is paperless. So we stand warned. You stressed three things about the things that you expect. And I thought the way you laid it out was very good, because sometimes it is better to tell people what you expect of them rather than point out where they have failed. So you stated that you expect three things of your colleagues on the bench. Number one, integrity. Number two, knowledge. Number three, judgment. Now, knowledge, there is abundance of it, because that's what the schools supply. Everybody here is LLB, Deep LP, LLM, PhD, LLD, and so on and so forth. There is no school for integrity. It is an individual choice, because in this country there are two spaces. There is a space for doing good things, which is abundant. There is also a space for doing bad things. So one has to choose which space one wants to excel in. And integrity is about doing the right thing. Judgment rests on knowledge and common sense. Then you hit the ground running. And that is the speed at which we have been moving until we arrived here this morning. It has really been active. Because immediately on the 29th, you launched the second National Court Case Census Report. There was the first one launched by your predecessor, Now you launch the second one. I think that tradition is good because data-driven management is really the name of the game. The story doesn't end there. Immediately, you hosted the 27th Annual Judges Conference on the theme of wellness, which the Attorney General gave some advice on. We hope in private he will disclose what works for him. Human beings are all very different. I was pleased to join you on the day of the dinner you hosted in honor of the Chief Justice Emeritus. And I repeated the words that Her Excellency the Vice President read to you to make sure that our courts are really African courts. Today I had a lot of complaints about how hot the wigs are, and the people who were standing next to me were complaining about the heat, and I imagine there will be some changes so that their lordships are liberated from this burden